Good evening, friends. I apologize for the silence there. I was just wanted to make sure that we were actually live. If you're not familiar with the show, this is the Castro Valley News live show. We do this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. The concept behind the show here is basically like an old school radio show that is video only. Video only. It's audio. Video only is a shop. It's a store. It's audio only. I apologize. So let's jump right into the roll call because everybody is saying hello. Good evening, Catherine. I hope you're doing well. Wonderful evening to you, Laura. Hope you are doing well. John is in the house. Hope you and your family are doing well. Kimberly, hello to you, Kimberly. And let's go. I'll try to dance back and forth between the roll call and news that I have for Kimberly that she probably already knows. Good evening, Christy. How are you? Denise is listening. Good evening to you as well, Denise. So, Kimberly, there is good news. As of today, Alameda County is now we are now an orange tier county. Good evening, Karen. Sorry, I'm going to be jumping back and forth. Yes, Kimberly already knows, but I'll let everybody else know, or I'll mention it for anybody who may not know. Alameda County is now an orange tier county. And good evening, Catalina. How are you doing? Did the bowling alley open already? Did I miss that? Because I was just over there today. But getting back to the situation with the orange tier, that's one for guys for everyone who's counting. I know my mom is. Oh, that's hilarious. So with the orange tier, here are the things that we can see changing. Bars, outdoors with modification, no meals required to be served. Breweries, I couldn't say that right. Breweries, distilleries, and wineries, indoors at 25% maximum capacity or 100 people, whichever is fewer, with no meals required to be served. And let's go down more of the list here. And all this information is available at the Alameda County Office of Emergency Services website or the Alameda County Healthcare Services Agency website. I also believe the County of Alameda website has this information as well. But going down further down the list of things, improvements to businesses and other merchants. Let's see, family entertainment centers, and this one is kind of important. Indoors for naturally distanced activities like bowling, escape rooms, and billiards, 25% maximum capacity. So that means the bowling alley can reopen. Kimberly mentioned that it is open. I hope it is. Shout out to Castro Village Bowl for them and for everyone else. Good evening to Kathy. How are you doing, Kathy? Thank you for joining the show. So gyms, fitness centers, and studios, including at hotels, 25% maximum capacity, and indoor pools are permitted. Indoor hot tubs, saunas, and steam rooms continue to be closed. That's interesting. So indoor hot tubs, saunas, and steam rooms continue to be closed. I didn't hear about that. That's interesting. That'd be a good thing to look into to get some more information. Movie theaters, 50% maximum capacity or 200 people, whichever is fewer. And also, if you missed it, The Chabot Theater will be opening up April 20th, which is for the cannabis fans, that's 420. I don't know if that was intentional, but it's going to be easy to remember that 420, the Chabot Cinema will be reopening. I don't know exactly what their plans are for reopening or what they're going to be showing or what they'll be doing, but like I said, it looks like they'll be at 50% maximum capacity, which is awesome because the theater has been closed for such a long time. And our admin, our wonderful, fetching, stylish, intelligent, lovely, personable moderator has added for your edification, and that is your $2 word for tonight, your edification, the orange tier update from the county, excuse me. Good evening, Kathy. Yes, great news. We are in the orange tier. From what I'm hearing, it seems like the new cases of COVID are really on the decline. People are getting vaccinated. It's wonderful. And I'm not going to go down the list again. Our amazing, splendiferous, stupendous moderator just added the link to the Chabot Theater, so you can go to their website in your free time and check them out. And yes, please show them love. Show our wonderful Chabot Theater some love. So going further down the list, museums, zoos, and aquariums, 50% maximum capacity. Also a current event, if you missed it. We had a local youngster, I believe his name was Gordon, excuse me. He did a fundraiser for the Monterey Bay Aquarium and raised, I believe, over $1,000. And he was in the family driveway doing art and painting pieces of art that had treats with them, so pieces of candy. And this young man, awesomely is not a word. I owe 50 cents because awesomely is not a word. But amazingly, this young man raised over $1,000 doing artwork in Castro Valley. I think they're up by Parsons Park. In just 2 weekends, raised $1,000 for the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is awesome. So I completely digressed when we're talking about aquariums. Also, offices indoors with modifications and remote work, telework, is strongly encouraged. Debbie is asking, Debbie is mentioning you can support the Chabot Theater by going to food trucks Friday nights at First Presbyterian Church, which is a great idea. Matella, good evening. And Matella says she loves getting notifications. Totally forgot it's Tuesday and Castro Valley News is on today. We are. What else is going on? Places of worship can open 50% maximum capacity. And this is a really, really good one. I mean, the next two are pretty important. Restaurants, 50% maximum capacity or 200 people, whichever is fewer. It's going to be great for our local restaurants to be able to allow more people in. And last on the list, there's still more things. That's, I think, 4 Retail open indoors with modifications and food courts permitted with indoor dining restrictions. Also, activities eligible to start on April 1st. Outdoor sports and live performances with fans/attendees. So, okay, Kimberly is mentioning that she doesn't know if the bowling alley is open yet. The manager was going to let me know when that date was going to happen, but in the meantime, I'll reach out to her again so that you guys can know exactly when the bowling alley is open. I did see some of the folks in there working within the past few days, probably in preparation for their reopening. So getting back to the Alameda County press release in regards to the orange tier that we are in now. Yes, outdoor sports and live performances with fans and attendees. That will be the capacity will be limited to 33% and with advanced reservations only. Concession sales will be primarily in-seat, no concourse sales. So that's also designated indoor seated dining area capacity will be limited to 25%. So that's good news for local sports. I would love to be able to go to an A's game soon, so that's good news. Also, amusement parks in the orange tier, overall park capacity and indoor capacity will be limited to 25%, including outdoor dining. Small groups with a maximum of 3 household groups may attend together. Sounds like there's quite a bit of math involved in this. Attendance will be limited to in-state visitors. Walk-up ticket sales will be permitted, but park operators must collect name and contact information of the ticket purchases for necessary contact tracing. So that's kind of the lowdown with the orange tier that we're in right now. But it sounds like a lot of good news for outdoor sports happening. It sounds like a ton of good news for amusement parks. And I was just talking to a friend today about Great America, going to Great America, and I would love to go back there. So let me see if I missed anybody on the roll call here. Good evening, Don. Yes, Don just posted 2 hearts and a baseball. I would love to go see the A's again. And we all will. We'll all get to that point where we will be able to go to the bowling alley and go see the A's and go to a Warriors game. So with that said, let's I didn't even have that on the list here. I should add that to the list. Number 7, orange tier. Orange tier. And as soon as I add orange tier to the list, I'm going to cross it off. Goodbye, orange tier discussion. I hope I say your name correct. Fariba, good evening to you. Good evening to Deborah. How are you doing tonight? And let's see, did I miss anybody else? I think I said good evening to Dawn. Did I say good evening to Debbie? Good evening, Debbie, and thank you for mentioning the food truck event at First Presbyterian Church. I don't know the exact time, so if you know what time that starts, please let us know, and we can post, or you can post it up on the comments yourself. And good evening to the man, the myth, the legend, Bob. Thank you for joining us, Bob. Bob is, and I'm going to sound silly here, Bob is, for the lack of a better term, Bob is a very good lubricant when it comes to the show. I shouldn't have used, he's not a lubricant, he's fuel. Bob is fuel. Bob fuels the fire for the show here. And I thank him for it. I appreciate it, because there's a lot of times where I'm stammering and we get through the list super fast, and Bob's always thinking ahead. We should pay Bob to be the producer of the show, because he steps up to the plate and hits a lot of grand slams when it comes to bringing things to our attention to mention. He mentions to people to call in. Like last week, Bob had Al Parady call in, which was a pleasure to hear from Al. So Bob, thank you so much for all you do to make this show great. And to everyone else who listens, this show would be nothing. The entire Castro Valley News page would be nothing without you guys. You guys make it awesome. You guys make our little town awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are incredible. Let me get to the next thing on the list. I want to give a special thanks to tonight's sponsor. That is forester.org, spelled FORESTR.org. They are a local nonprofit with the mission to reforest urban communities, and you can learn more about them at forester.org. That's forestr.org. And I think I mention this every single show. Forester are the guys who got me involved in kind of picking up trash in my neighborhood, and we were fortunate enough to have someone else. Good evening, Annette. Thank you for listening. So getting back to Forester, forestr.org, not only do they sponsor the show, which is greatly appreciated, and if you own a business and you would like to sponsor the show, shoot us an email, or you can text me, or you can call, which I should also mention, if you have a comment, complaint, confession, or topic idea or topic suggestion, feel free to text me at 510-331-9112. That's the direct phone line to the area that I'm recording now. Again, 510-331-9112. Feel free to text comments, complaints, confessions, topic ideas. I will not mention your phone number on the air. So there's that. So getting back to Forester and their local folks, Castro Valley people, they are responsible for giving me the bug to pick up trash in my neighborhood. So basically every morning I spend maybe 10 minutes just picking up some trash in the general area where my office is here. And I got to tell you, I hope it doesn't sound corny. It might. It really feels good to improve the appearance of where I am at, of the neighborhood here. And unfortunately, the area here, I think I've shared pictures of the area here, and I've mentioned it. It's the long open area bend just past John Drive as you're heading to San Leandro. And it's basically a magnet for garbage. Between the wind or the airflow created by the freeway, and just the fact that it's a long bend where not a lot of eyeballs are, it tends to be, like I said, it's a genuine magnet for trash. And I think I mentioned this before. There's a person who drives by. It seems like it's not every day now, but it's still pretty often. And it's fast food packaging tossed out the window. However, I'm not going to make this a complete complaint. This person not only just tosses their fast food trash out the window, there's change from their purchase in the bag. So thank you, because I'm going to take that to Coinstar and I'm going to buy some food. But that sounded snarky and I apologize for that. But this area really is a magnet. The fourth time I've said magnet for trash. A lot of illegal dumping happens there. Last week there was, I think, 4 big bags of construction material. Not cool. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody has better familiarity with construction work. I think a lot of the construction materials can be recycled. But I'll step off my soapbox for now and just say, if you have the time and the inclination, pick up some garbage in your neighborhood. We got a message from someone who wanted to be anonymous, and they cleaned up in the creek near where they live, and they managed to pull out a huge tire and a bunch of other stuff. And if you drive around town or anywhere, you probably see there is no shortage of garbage at the side of the street. And who are the folks that pick it up? You tell me. I mean, we are fortunate. There's a couple of folks who cruise around Castro Valley and they pick things up, and I think it's keep Castro Valley beautiful, and those people are awesome. But like I said, if you're inclined, go out there with some gloves and a bag and pick some stuff up. You might find, like I have, it's rewarding. It feels good. There's a sense of pride there that you are investing some time in your community to make it look better. And with that, I will step off the soapbox again. No, I'm going to step on it again. Sorry. Back on the soapbox. Hey, guys. Castro Valley News really is a business. We do a lot of work in the community to help the community by getting information out. And like every other news agency, organization, or what have you, we are, and like any other business, we are trying to make money. So if you feel inclined, if you like what we do, if you don't mind all of the ums and the blathering that I do on the live show, consider a pledge. Just like PBS does, you can pledge 25 cents up to whatever. It would be greatly appreciated because, like I said, we are a business. We are really trying to, and I'm gonna toot our horn here. We're really trying to be at the cutting edge of what news is going to be, and we need it to be sustainable. So any donation, big or small, would be extremely appreciated. And we put together a new pledge dashboard that lets you manage your donations and download a receipt for your tax purposes. You can put in your own personal information if you want to do that. You can also set up a recurring pledge system if you like. But regardless, with all that said, any pledge of any denomination helps us. I live in Castro Valley. We're here. We have skin in the game because we live here. We love living here. We love what we do. We love bringing information and news to you up to the moment, up to the second sometimes. So if you can, definitely consider pledging whatever amount to us. And if you don't, we still love you anyways. We'll still continue doing what we do as best as we can. So I'm on the list. I'm going to knock off pledges. Thank you. And I'm stepping off the soapbox for real for the last time here. I wanted to give you, let me find this on my desktop, guys. Give me a second. So in regards to pedestrian safety projects and initiatives that are being undertaken by Alameda County Public Works, I reached out to Rick Young, who is one of the gentlemen at Alameda County Public Works. And I was hoping to get him on the show, but he didn't have time to do so. So he was gracious and kind enough to send me a list of some of the things that are happening in Castro Valley in regards to pedestrian safety. So number one, Rick is saying we just began an intersection improvement project at Villarreal Drive and Greenville Place in the Palamores Hills area. Let me take a moment because I can't really speak properly. Let me collect my my auditory. Okay, I'm back. So, an intersection improvement at Villarreal Drive, Greenville Place in the Palamores Hills area. This project would install bulb outs and other features to improve pedestrian safety at this intersection. So if anybody has insight as to the intersection of Villarreal Drive and Greenville Place in Palamores Hills, please let us know. Is that a troubled or a problem spot? I'm not familiar with it, but I am going to take a drive up there in the near future. So that is good news. Also, number 2 on the list is Stanton Avenue Sidewalk project is in progress. This project improves pedestrian accessibility along this busy roadway, especially in the area near Stanton Elementary School. Now, I've been seeing that happen. those sidewalks. It's above, I believe, the school, and I think the area below the campus as well. And we could probably have an entire hour-long show where we just talk about sidewalks in Castro Valley. It's been one of the hot topics, one of those hot topics that a lot of people are talking and thinking about. Sidewalks in Castro Valley are important. However, I'm going to interject something that may not be popular. I think some of the streets in Castro Valley that don't have sidewalks, I think it's the fact that there's a lot of streets in Castro Valley that they don't have sidewalks. It adds a certain degree of charm and a kind of a small town feel. But on the other side of the coin, there are safety concerns that are real, that should really, trump that small town charm or whatever I said. Because, when there's kids walking to school, they need to have a sidewalk. There should be that buffer between people walking, children walking, adults with their strollers walking. There needs to be that buffer, but actually a visible buffer as well, not just a physical, not just a visible and a physical buffer that is there between the cars and people walking. So those Stanton sidewalks are appreciated, and it's looking good up there. So number 3, and if I digressed so much that you forgot who I was quoting here, this is Rick Young from Alameda County Public Works. Number 3, speaking of schools, Castro Valley schools have reopened, and Alameda County Public Works have been busy rehiring and staffing crossing guards at various schools to ensure safety for students and parents. I have seen quite a few of the long gone familiar faces of crossing guards in Castro Valley. Let me digress for a second. Amanda is asking, is this just audio or is there supposed to be video footage? We are only audio. The thought is it's like an old school radio show where we talk about things happening in town. And back to the list from Rick Young, Alameda County Public Works Agency. Number 4, posted speed limit along Lake Chabot Road has been lowered from 40 to 35. While this change may not directly impact pedestrians, a lower speed limit tends to provide more reaction time for drivers and improve overall traffic safety for all road users. Let me interject here since we're talking about road safety. If you happen to be on Stanton at what is the street where the high school is? Is that Santa Maria? If you're in that intersection, do not do the California roll. Do not do stoptional there. There are CHP out across Castro Valley, and they're watching that intersection. So, and even if the CHP weren't there, don't blow through those. Don't blow through any intersections, because CHP are out there and they are watching you. I have seen them all over Castro Valley, and they are doing a lot of intersection monitoring. So don't do the California roll. Come to a complete stop. Make sure you're looking for pedestrians, because I'm telling you, I've seen them. They're out there. They're all over. And I've seen the sheriffs as well. We've got the sheriff's parking enforcement out there too, and they're watching cars and intersections. So guys, drive safe. So number 5, earlier this year, we applied for grants to improve pedestrian safety through the Highway Safety Improvement Program, which is HSIP. Projects we have in mind under these grant proposals include rectangular rapid flashing beacons. If you don't know those guys, they were just installed at Castro Valley Boulevard and Chester. So projects that they have in mind under these grant proposals include rectangular rapid flashing beacons, and there's an acronym for that. RRFB at Grove Way and Delora Street, and pedestrian hybrid beacons, a hawk signal at Lake Chabot Road and Keith Avenue, also at Lake Chabot Road and Congress Way, and Redwood Road and Modesto Street. Grant applications are still under review. And Denise is asking, do I mean a Hollywood stop? Yeah, basically, it's a I've always called it stoptional, or the California roll, where you just kind of roll up to the stop and keep going. You never actually stop. And I have asked Officer Walters with the CHP, and the definition of a complete stop is when your tires stop moving. So the Hollywood stop, the California roll, the stoptional, you're going to get a ticket. So please don't do it. Okay, back to the list. There's just a couple more here. And as I mentioned in my email, recently installed rectangular rapid flashing beacons at Castro Valley Boulevard, Chester Street. Those things are working. Thank you, Rick, for installing that. And last on the list, number 7, new sidewalk projects being planned, designed include Anita Avenue and Somerset Avenue. So, wow, you can look forward to some sidewalks sometime happening on Anita and Somerset. And our admin is saying it could be 3 seconds of no tire motion. That could be true, but a technical complete stop is when your tires stop moving. It could be, oh, there you go, you count alligators. It could be alligators, you could count Mississippis. It's probably best to count 3 seconds when you stop. Matella is mentioning CHP and sheriffs have been all over town all the time. It's been great. I agree. I have seen them too. So guys, just in general, and it not just because there's law enforcement out there, it's going to make your neighbors safe. It's going to make these people who are in the crosswalk safe, the people who are on the sidewalk or lack of sidewalk area safe. Just slow down. And just today, I saw someone on Castro Valley Boulevard driving like they were on the freeway. You know, these people that zip zap around cars and just kind of, they're trying to make their way as soon as possible to wherever they're going. And isn't it interesting that when these people zip around you and zip through other cars, they always seem to end up at the red light at the same spot where you're at, just in a different lane? Come on now. Let's it's frustrating to see. It's frustrating to experience. So, hang on a second. Traffic stuff. I'm going to cross that off the list there. That's 6 ums, I think. I'm going to try to not do that. I wanted to, Carolyn, thank you for providing this broadcast to the CV community. Thank you for listening, Carolyn. I stumble, I mumble, I stammer, but this is basically, this is our love for you. We do this because we love our town, and we think that doing a live show allows us to really interact on a different level with people who live here. And our job is nothing else but to get information on things happening here to you guys. It enhances the community, and it just makes us all better when we're talking and communicating with each other. Denise is mentioning complete disregard, and I think that's in regards to some of the people that are driving. I agree, it's unfortunate. Craig is saying maybe we could slow the drag strip that is Lake Chabot Road. And if you missed it, Alameda County Public Works have lowered the speed limit on Lake Chabot Road, which is great. And Craig, if this is something that you see daily, I would encourage you to call the Castro Valley CHP and let them know Their phone number is 510-581-9028. And if you could give them a specific general area where you see the speeders, or if it's the entire expanse of Lake Chabot, let them know, and they will come out and they will bring more. They'll have more enforcement present. CHP love to do that. They love to hear from the community. They love to be where they're needed. So definitely 510-581-9028. Call them up and request extra enforcement, additional enforcement in that area. Any area in Castro Valley, if you see people, Craig, you've seen no enforcement. If you called, call again. Maybe they have a list of places that they're doing the enforcement. Call again. Let them know you see unsafe driving, and like I said, request additional enforcement. They'll come out. You can also try the sheriffs, but typically the street enforcement stuff, it goes on CHP. But you can also try the sheriffs at 510-667-7721. If they don't come out, just keep calling. I can't speak for what they're doing, for what their assignments are, but definitely keep calling and keep reminding them that you need more enforcement in your area. Todd is mentioning that he is doing and wait a minute, stop. I want to give a tip of the cap to Todd Anglin. If you don't know who Todd is, I'm going to tell you. He is involved in a ton of local groups who do nothing but good for the community. That's Castro Valley Rotary, Castro Valley Chamber. And Todd is an awesome guy. He's a local insurance agent. He's over on Grove Way. And Todd is doing $2 shrimp tacos outdoors at JP's now, and speeders are all over the boulevard during dinner. There's no shortage of people buzzing in and out of traffic at unsafe speeds on the boulevard. With that said, there's also a lot of safe drivers in Castro Valley. So, yes. Good evening, Todd. Thank you for listening to the show. Nothing but love for Todd. I love Todd. Todd's a solid guy. There you go. We just posted the link to our local insurance guru, Todd Anglin. Todd Anglin, excuse me. So there's another thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys here. Let me pull up some of the slides here. So if you haven't noticed, you have to have noticed, there is many less billboards on Castro Valley Boulevard. And this has been coming in, this has been in the works between Alameda County and Clear Channel Media, who are the folks responsible for a lot of the billboards in Castro Valley. And actually, this is a program that is not specific to Castro Valley. It's been in the works for many of the areas in the unincorporated areas of Alameda County, also in San Lorenzo. So what Alameda County did was they negotiated, for lack of a better term, a swap of a number of the billboards on streets in Castro Valley and San Lorenzo in exchange for one of the illuminated digital billboards. And if you happen to be on the freeway, I think it's 580. It's facing the 580 freeway if you're coming from Dublin. You can't miss it. It may be done by now. I haven't looked at it. I haven't seen it. I only saw a picture that a friend sent to me of it. But in exchange for the installation of a digital billboard behind Safeway at the 580 Marketplace, Clear Channel agreed to remove a number of billboards. So in the San Lorenzo, San Leandro area, 2 signs, 1 structure on East 14th, 2 signs, 1 structure on Llewellyn, 1 sign, 1 structure on East Llewellyn, 1 sign, 1 structure on A Street, And bear in mind, uh, part of unincorporated Alameda County includes areas of Hayward. The boundaries are all kind of weird and interesting. Also, 2 signs, 1 structure, Mission Boulevard. Now getting to the interesting spots. Here in Castro Valley, looks like we had a ton of them removed. So 2495 Castro Valley Boulevard, 1 sign, 1 structure. 2520 Castro Valley Boulevard, 2 signs, 1 structure. 2793 Castro Valley Boulevard, 1 sign, 1 structure. 20845 Wilbeam Avenue, 1 sign, 1 structure. 3130 Castro Valley Boulevard. You get the drift. A lot on Castro Valley Boulevard. Quite a few. One at Lake Chabot Road, and I think that was the one. I think it's near the car wash. So there you go. And let me give you some more of the legalese here on the deal that the county made with Clear Channel. In exchange for the digital billboard facing the freeway, Clear Channel Media will remove 5. Okay, that's sorry about that. That's kind of. Here's the interesting part. Part of the agreement spells out the billboard companies will pay Alameda County 10% of the annual net revenue from sign advertising, $50,000 annual mitigation fee, and provide free public messages to Alameda County. So that's the skinny right there. If you haven't noticed, if you're out driving, please keep your eyes on the road. But if you're out walking, definitely enjoy the boulevard with a lot less of those unsightly billboards, which have been kind of the bane of our existence. A lot of people have commented and messaged how they don't like the billboards on the boulevard. The ones that you may notice immediately is there was one near the lumberyard. It's gone. And there was also another one that was over by Connie's Tropical Fish. And hey, shout out to John at the lumberyard. And also shout out to Hank at Connie's Tropical Fish. Shop local people who deserve your business. But those 2 you'll notice immediately. The other ones, I just gave you the addresses. If you want the exact addresses, message the page and I'll send them to you. But I know there were some people who had different perspectives in regards to the county getting all this money in exchange. There were people who were kind of nonplussed about that it was just, I think some people commented actually that oh, well, great, the county needs more money. Well, they do, because the county fund goes to our roads, our libraries, the sheriffs, the fire department. It goes to a lot of other things too. It goes to probably the jails. It goes to, I think, John George, to health and behavioral programs. But, with all that said, all of these billboards have been removed in exchange for those illuminated things. And, there's also some people who were concerned about those illuminated signs distracting drivers on the freeway. And I can definitely see that. There's not, we don't need any more distractions taking the eyes of drivers as it is, because there's so many people who are texting. There are so many people who are, I saw a young lady, actually it was that car that I saw zip-zapping on the boulevard today. She's doing all these wacky, fast car maneuvers, and she's next to me, which was interesting because she went around me speeding, and she's doing her makeup. So, anyways, enough of the griping about people in their cars. Carolyn is mentioning she will call CHP consistent speeders on the boulevard from Lake Chabot trying to get on 580, 238. Yep, I see that too. So yeah, there you go. That's the skinny with the billboards. And like I said, that whole deal between the county and Clear Channel, that's been something that originated when I was with the forum. So that's at least, that's got to be like 5-6 years in the making. So, okay, that's just about it for the list here. One more thing I want to mention to you guys. Whoa. Let me slow my roll here and give you the phone number, 510-331-9112, if you would like to text in a question, comment, complaint, confession, topic suggestion, 510-331-9112. If you prefer, I will not mention your name. I will not divulge your cell phone number either. So 510-331-9112. Hey guys, you'll be interested, excited, maybe excited to know we have a new magazine coming out this Thursday. So even more reason to shop local, and more businesses are opening since we are and expanding their operating hours due to us being in Orange. So Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, go to a local business and get one of our new Castro Valley News magazines. That will be delivered on Thursday. Sorry guys, I'm just looking through the comments here to see if I'm missing any questions or comments or complaints. Okay. And thank you, Amanda, for mentioning the Chabot food truck mafia event. Starts at 5:30 p.m. every Friday night until October. And that is in the First Presbyterian Church parking lot. So I'll give you that one more time. Leading up to their opening on 4/20 next month, the Chabot Theater and Food Truck Mafia will be having their fundraiser event 5:30 every Friday night until October. And again, that is in the First Presbyterian Church parking lot. And that is in the back parking lot where the tiny homes are. So if you want to support the Chabot Theater in anticipation for them reopening on 4/20, that would be a good thing. Or you can just go to their website and you can also, I think they have a donation link there. If you want to donate something to the theater leading up to their reopening on 4/20. I keep saying 4/20, and I'm sorry, because I don't smoke 4/20, but there's the 4/20. This is turning into an advertisement for pot. I don't have anything else on my list, so if you are sitting there with a comment, complaint, confession, or topic idea, this list has been expired. I'm going to crumple it up. And there goes that. Since nobody's texting in, I'm going to get back on that soapbox and urge you to shop local as much and as often as you can. We still have some of those cool Castro Valley Star Wars stickers. Send your receipt. Send in a picture of your receipt to bizsticker, bizsticker @gmail.com. Shop local, send in pictures of your receipts, and we will send you some of those neat and super nifty bumper stickers, and they say Castro Valley in the Star Wars font, which are really cool. And even more cooler than getting a cool bumper sticker, you're shopping local, you're supporting your neighbors, our local business owners and merchants, and you'll feel good about doing so. Denise is asking, where is the church located? It is on Grove Way behind Trader Joe's. So the address technically could be Redwood Road, but if you go in either of the driveways leading to Trader Joe's, you cannot miss the church. It is the church directly next to Trader Joe's. So again, one more time, if you want to support the Chabot Theater, 5:30 p.m. every Friday through October. It is the Chabot Theater and Food Truck Mafia fundraiser for the Chabot Theater. I think there's a certain amount of the proceeds from the food trucks go directly to the theater. And if you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, the theater has been closed pretty much consistently since the beginning of the shelter in place over a year ago. Let's do whatever we can to make sure that we keep that amazing gem, the Chabot Theater, in our neighborhood, open and vibrant. Do some research online and see what communities have original single screen theaters in their community, and you'd come up with some pretty low numbers. It's very rare for a community to have a single screen theater in their community as amazing and beautiful as the Chabot Theater. We are so lucky to have the Chabot Theater in our community. So I'm bordering on preaching here. Please support the theater. You can donate through their website. You can also donate to us through our website. We're all in this together. And with that said, definitely shop local. I'm still on my soapbox here. If you know of a senior citizen who may be isolated due to the shelter in place, reach out to them, let them know that they are loved, let them know that they are cared for. Reach out to your neighbors just in general, but particularly seniors. Some of them are still apprehensive and fearful of going out due to the virus. And like I said, some of them are probably isolated and they may not be in contact with their family as much as they would want to, or their friends. Please, if you can, take a moment, reach out. Even just reach out to your neighbors. If nothing else, just be nice to your neighbors. And here's the preachy part, the warm and fuzzy part. We need to step up our game in being kind to each other, and in particularly, I think I said that right. Sorry, guys. Words still aren't working too well tonight. In particular, I don't get all the violence that's happening against the Asian Pacific Islander community. Can we just frickin' stop that? Can we just knock that off? Can we just be nice? Can we just be nice? Anyways, guys, I'm getting a little flustered, thinking, obviously flustered or frustrated, whatever word you prefer, about the violence against any race, anyone. Just knock it off. Now I'm pissed. Sorry, guys. With that said, I'll give you the phone number one more time, 510-331-9112. If you'd like to text in, that would be cool. I would love to hear from you. So many times we don't get texts, but sometimes we actually do. I think we got a text from Colorado once or something, which was super cool. But anyways, 510-331-9112. If you would like to break the monotony of my blathering, it would be great. I would appreciate it. Thank you, Annette. Denise agrees as well. Let's just stop being mean to each other. it's so much easier to push instead of pull. And I can't think of a better term that really sums it up. So anyways, guys, I might end this 5 minutes early unless somebody would like to text in 510-331-9112. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you guys for being patient with my stammering, my blathering, all the ums. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. is when we do the show. I don't know if I introduced myself. My name is Robert. Pleased to meet you. At your service. Pleasure to serve you. Love what we do. Oh, Christy, thank you so much. Christy is thanking me for looking out for the community, sharing updates and what's going on. She appreciates our guidance. I am an amazing person and friend. You're amazing too, Christy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And as always... Oh, there you go. Someone texted in and said, "You are so right, just stop." Perfect. Thank you. Whoever just texted in, you are right, just stop. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. where we talk about current events and things that are happening in our community. Catherine says she looks forward to the show. I look forward to you, Catherine. Aaron, good evening to you. I love you, Aaron. Thank you for all the years of friendship, and thank you for being an amazing person. Hey, guys, have a good evening. As always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Stay safe, everyone.